Hey guys, it's Anton. We're going to go over the backstories for Xiaozhan, Darren Wang, and Li Qin today on how they were selected to be casted in The Wolf. So the lead director for The Wolf recently spoke with Tencent about her drama, which finally premiered after 3 long years of being shelved. She is a Taiwanese director who is also responsible for the high school romance movie Our Times, which featured Darren Wang as the main male lead and had catapulted him into the spotlight back in 2015. This is news to me. I liked Our Times quite a bit, and it was also where I first noticed Darren, so no wonder why I found the flow of The Wolf to be so familiar. It all makes sense now. The interesting thing is that Frankie Chen, the lead director for The Wolf, didn't actually know it was airing until it finally did. She reported that even though she was the lead director, she'd only learned that the series was finally airing just 30 minutes prior to it actually airing. That's actually a little funny that she was left in the dark just like the rest of us. We had been waiting for The Wolf for 3 long years, and during that time, there was literally no updates from the production team. I remember earlier this year when Xiaozhan had an interview, he mentioned that The Wolf would premiere later in the year, and everyone assumed he meant in the summer 2019. But when August passed, we all thought that something had happened and The Wolf was going to be shelved again. Then here we are in November, just 1 month before the end of the year, and we get the best surprise pre-Christmas present ever. The premiere of The Wolf was so surprising that even its own director was surprised. Anyways, like the rest of us, Frankie Chen, the director, thought the decision to release every single episode of The Wolf all at once was a little weird, and was concerned that doing that might affect it gaining views. Luckily, she didn't have much to worry about, and the series to date has been one of the most popular and successful C-dramas this year. It's definitely on my top list for Chinese dramas this year, and the 3 main actors, Li Qin, Darren Wang, and Xiaozhan, are all major favorites because of it. I just love them all so much. Let's talk about their stories, which were discussed by the lead director, because I feel it tells us so much more about them and their dedication to acting. I'll talk about all 3, but let's first start with Li Qin. When The Wolf started production, Li Qin had been in a lot of dramas already. I knew her most from Princess Agents alongside Zhao Liying, but she had been in so many more dramas before that. Apparently at the time, Li Qin had told the director that she wanted a different role than what she normally played. She took filming the series very seriously and would spend a considerable amount of time discussing the scenes and her character development. There was one scene they were filming where Li Qin was crying, and she got into character so much that her voice got hoarse. She put her heart and soul into that scene, and you know what happened? The series was dubbed, and so her voice was dubbed over, and nobody was able to witness it. Li Qin had even asked the director if she could dub her own voice, but was told no. That's kind of heartbreaking when you think about it. I hope one day maybe they can release a special version where all the actors can dub their own voice. I didn't really care too much for Li Qin's dubbed voice here. If you hear her in real life, her voice is beautiful. It's a shame they had to dub her over, especially over that kind of impactful scene. I'm sure it was spectacular. Okay, next up is Xiaozhan. But before I move on and talk about him, I want to quickly remind everyone to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and the rest of our social media where we post minute-by-minute news content on your favorite dramas and actors and actresses. Check it out and follow us today. Anyways, on to Xiaozhan. Apparently, when Frankie Chen, the director, was asked why she chose Xiaozhan to be in The Wolf, she replied that she had actually auditioned every member of X9. X9 is a Chinese boy band which includes Xiaozhan that was formed from an idol TV show called X-Fire. The director told every member to sing and dance for her because she wanted to see which members had charm. She felt especially drawn to Xiaozhan because out of the entire group, he left the deepest impression on her compared to the other members. She said that he demonstrated the most ambition and willingness to work hard. Xiaozhan's performance as Ji Chang eventually became one of the best of all time, with netizens labeling his role as the strongest second male lead in history. I think that's very true. I love Xiaozhan in The Wolf. His character is so perfect that sometimes you just wonder what Li Qin was thinking. But getting Xiaozhan into the character of Ji Chang apparently took some steps according to the director. She said that Ji Chang's character in the drama was actually very different from Xiaozhan's personality in real life. Xiaozhan is more reserved in real life, as compared to Ji Chang, who roams around everywhere and treats every place like his home. She said that Xiaozhan's self-motivation was impressive, and he was able to work hard to adapt his acting in order to fit the personality of his character perfectly. Another issue that Xiaozhan had that the director brought up was his appearance. She imagined the Ji Chang persona to be very rugged, as someone who wanders the world and very strong. At the time, Xiaozhan was apparently more slender and thin than the director wanted. Frankie Chen didn't want the character to appear frail or weak, so in order to fit this role, he started to eat more every single day, even forcing himself on set to eat, and eventually gained the weight that we see on screen. Back when she was first auditioning Xiaozhan for the role, she had told him that she knew he was already very handsome, but also needed someone who looks rugged as well, so she asked him to grow some facial hair for that role. She also gave him a grayer tone foundation to make him look grittier, like he had sand and dust on his face. After all, Ji Chang was a world traveler. I think that in the end, all these changes prove that Xiaozhan is an amazing worker and truly dedicated to doing what he loves the best, which is acting. Apparently, he would also spend lots of time with the director after filming each day in order to understand his character and the plot more so he can do an even better job. I'm actually so impressed by how he was able to get into the character and his willingness to do whatever it takes to make sure fans have a good show. It's just a whole new level of respect for this man. He was already one of my favorite actors before, but knowing this, I think he just moved up yet another notch. He was so amazing in this one. Give this video a big thumbs up if you agree. Okay, let's move on to Darren Wong. Previous to The Wolf, Darren had already worked with the director on Our Times and another movie called Fall in Love at First Kiss. This was his very first costume drama, and so he wasn't used to all the action sequences, which included fighting choreography. On many occasions, there were wire scenes where he had to be flipped upside down and his face would turn bright red. On location at a high mountain, he would get breathless after running scenes because of the high elevation. When the director offered her oxygen tank to him, he would always politely decline and say, "I'm alright, I can do it." Frankie Chen, the director, offered Darren Wong the role shortly after they finished filming Our Times because she felt he had a very wild and manly aura that other actors just didn't have, perfect for the role of the wolf. At first, he was reluctant to take the role because it seemed hard to portray, but Frankie stated that Darren's performance exceeded her expectations entirely. She never told him during filming though because she didn't want him to get complacent with his acting before it was over. He had a lot of lines to recite for the drama and was panicking quite a bit, which the director noticed as he was still practicing even late at night at the hotel lobby when she got back. In previous interviews during filming, he mentioned to interviewers that he felt like he was in crisis mode, but despite the pressure that the director was applying to him, she knew that he was very hardworking and still felt very reassured with Darren Wong as her wolf. All these leads seem like they were put through some incredible stuff during their filming days, and I'm just glad that after such a long time that it finally got aired. I wonder what it was like for all of them to see all their hard work finally on the main screen. It must have been incredible, like a dream. The last bit we have is whether or not there's any possibility at all that we would be able to see a sequel to The Wolf. The director replied that she doesn't know if anyone would want to watch The Wolf Season 2, but it could be an option. She did tell herself, though, after they wrapped up filming from the current season, that The Wolf should probably be her last costume drama because it was just too hard and too tiring to do. I think that's a real disappointment to hear because I thoroughly enjoyed The Wolf, even to the end, but I see that given how it did end, it would be hard to do a second season of this drama. I just don't think I can watch it in the state that it is in at the end, unless some weird plot miracle happens. I just finished The Wolf today and I'm still digesting the end. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow. I would love to see another collaboration between Li Chen, Darren Wong, and Xiaozhan though. These three have amazing talent and potential, and I'm really glad they made The Wolf despite all the difficulties that they ran into while filming it. Yes, the storyline was not perfect and it had its moments, but overall, I'm glad I watched this drama and I'm ready to rewatch it again someday soon to properly organize my thoughts. It was quite a wild ride, but I wouldn't give it up for anything. Thank you Darren, Xiaozhan, Li Chen, and the production team for giving us this special moment in time. I'll definitely remember this one. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're a new viewer, then remember to subscribe to this channel to join us on this incredible journey through dramas. My name is Anton. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys in the next video. Later.